Okay, rather quickish turns, end of turn 5 for Tomb Kings. Scorpion charged into the handgunners, rolled a mighty 18, but they fled even more, so they actually made their way across the board in about 2 turns, so they're doing alright. What else happened? There was just some shooting and that. Managed to nick I charged the Demigryph Knights in the end with the chariots. Sphinx failed a charge against the side of the spearmen, and that was pretty much it for charging that. Magic phase, I managed to cast Cursed Blades on the upgraded Cursed Blades on the Tomb Guards, got a few back, got the ban off as well, and actually managed to get 10 guys back this turn. He dispelled the other thing, which was, I can't remember what it was. And then in the so I fired the catapults, tried to fire at his engineer, his engineer. They both bounced off. The Spolkle Stalkers finally turned up. These are the proxies I had. Tried to fire at him. Would have been wiser to shoot at the mortar, but I decided that, just from previous games, that I needed to get revenge on this guy. Got about 12 shots. Unfortunately, did some wounds to my guys with almost turned into sand. 12 shots, didn't do any wounds. I can't remember how the mortar died.
It died because of a lookout, sir, from the
the
catapult.
Yeah, the Skaven in true Skaven form managed to get one of his guys to jump in the way, but of course the mortar only had 1 wound left, so that died instead. So yeah, he was playing in character. And then in close combat, these guys slaughtered all the flagellants, so there's only the general and the warrior priest left. Managed to do a wound to each of them. Got a killing blow on the general, but he passed his 6-up ward save. But they managed to reform, so there's only those 2 left. Handgunners are fleeing. And then in the main combat, these guys, I think they took 5 wounds or something, 7 wounds.
Yeah, it's 7 wounds.
7 less there. But they were striking at the same time, and I killed
26.
26. So yeah.
Basically left them with 12 models.
Yeah. And they fled off the board. Well, I caught them, and then I run into the other detachment.
Well, everyone fled off the board. Basically. Yeah.
That was horrible. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of that. Unless Cy wants his last turn, but I don't think so. It's just a good chance to get tabled otherwise. Because there's only the handgunners who are fleeing, and like I say, the general on 2 wounds, and the warrior priest on 1.
17 models on the table. At 183.
Yeah, it was brutal, and well, I think magic phases were amazing, which really helped me carry the game. Just there were so many spells that I cast that I needed and got off. I managed to use his spell scroll in the first turn, so I never used mine at all.
Well, you did at the end.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I just shut down a magic phase just because I might as well. I think really the unit of the match for me was the Knights, just for holding up these flagellants for so long. They were doing enough wounds to limit the chances of reforming, and they just never managed to turn around and kick me in the ass. Or the ass. Yeah. The Sphinx, once again, didn't do anything, but it's always nice when he's not needed. Horror Titan did pretty much everything with her. They're best buddies.
I think probably the Horror Titan, I think in the last couple of games, the only difference being is your Horror Titan has turned your magic phases from non-existent to dominating. Yeah,
I'm just getting so many spells off now. I'm not needing to throw loads of dice. I haven't had a miscast in 2 games.
No.
Which is, I love that. So yeah, I'm loving him.
And it's basically working as intended, in that you get loads of spells off, you get loads of regeneration on your units.
Yeah, like those Tomb Guard must have died 2 times over this game. From shooting.
I worked out, I've done, from shooting in close combat, I've done just over 30 wounds to them.
Yeah, there's only 28 of them. So yeah, they're paid for themselves, and there's 7 less than there is there, but yeah. Least valuable player, the Sepulchral Stalkers, but they just didn't turn up in time, and they didn't do anything apart from wound themselves. So unfortunately, I've got the models coming soon, so I have to use them now because I bought them.
Well, you've got more Necropolis Knights.
Oh yeah, that's true. I could just make more Necropolis Knights, but I love the models, so I could always use them as proxies, I suppose, for Necropolis Knights if I get fed up with Sepulchral Stalkers. But yeah, I do love those models, so I'm going to try them again. What else? The Chariots did alright. They were working together and managed to kill his knights. Casket was the man as usual. Managed to kill a whole unit of Rights God Knights and God knows what else. Oh, the Hellblaster volley gun.
And half the Demigryphs.
Yeah, and supporting the magic phase with the extra dice. Just wonderful. Especially with the kind of dominance of the magic phase. I was able to just throw 2 or 3 at this and get it off each time, rather than the usual 6. So, magic's awesome. I love it now. It's so nice to actually get spells off. Catapults didn't really do a whole lot. They killed 1 or 2 things. I think they may have killed a cannon. They put some wounds on a mortar. But yeah, so I'm just waffling now. Everything kind of performed. Like I said, the Sphinx didn't really do anything, but he tried. So can't fault him for that. And if it did go into another turn, I think I may have tabled him. But he had the good sense to not resist King Emotep.
Well,
surrender.
I've lost. I knew I'd lost 2 turns ago. But
yeah. I think that was.
I wanted to see whether I could at least sort of do anything, and I think pretty much the answer was no.
Yeah, I think. Well, let's see what. Look at it from your side.
Yeah, I think for me, I was immensely unlucky in some places. I mean, like shooting these guys, getting 13 hits, and then 2 wounds really stank. Like, stank terribly. I mean, that was diabolical. I think in terms of artillery wise, Ollie managed to lock down my artillery before they did anything, and then when they did actually get to fire, they were exceedingly mediocre.
Yeah, it's really bad luck with those cannons, isn't it?
Awful luck. I mean, I really would challenge anyone to come, any probability expert, to come and watch our games. You quit your subject and turn to sociology, mate. It's just. I don't think my army composition was too bad. Although I'm seeing more and more that I could do with some. I need some sturdier units. I just need stuff to stick around.
Yeah, I think the little units and knights aren't really worth it.
No, I need something sturdier. I really like the spearmen are great. I mean, I did 7 wounds on this unit. I mean, I know they broke and they fled, but I mean, 7 wounds that's a third of the that's like a third of the unit dead. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, ideally, I would have liked them to have stuck around a lot longer. I mean, they did, and really and truly, they did 26 wounds. Well, the Necrotect, obviously, with the hatred, is wicked. But yeah, just that bloody. Oh no, they didn't have righteous smiting on this turn, did they? No, they didn't. No, they didn't need righteous smiting. Yeah, sorry. They
I have a feeling I rolled with righteous smiting. With the extra wounds. So there should have been like 10 less attacks. No, 8 less attacks.
Well, I think no. All but 3 attacks hit, and all but 3 attacks.
Yeah. No, you're right. So there's.
How
many guys is there?
26.
Yeah, that's right then.
Yeah.
Because they were pretty much all wounded, didn't they? Other than like 1 or 2.
Yeah. So yeah, it's about right.
Yeah, because the Prince killed 3. Okay, so I did that right.
Yeah. So yeah, it was. I mean, these guys, as usual, are immensely difficult to get rid of. Immensely difficult. I mean, you could build an army around killing them, but then you got everything else to deal with as well. And this game, they moved so rapidly across the board. It was just I couldn't really do too much against it. It's really hurt not getting the first turn. Again, I mean, I had kind of planned for it, which is why it didn't hurt as much as it did last time.
but yeah, it's still proper annoying even with +1. Just to not get the first turn and get those all important cannon shots off when you needed it. Because yeah, like ganking his Hira Titan there would have been handy. I had a chance, I missed it. I just failed to get anywhere near him. And then the second cannon shot I got just hit.
It was a real juicy flank shot, which you could have potentially taken out at least 3 of them. But fluffed it.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible, unfortunately. But I think the army itself is a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, it's just learning how to play, I think, isn't it?
And there's so many more options. I mean, I can go around and I can fiddle with this army list to God knows how long, and I can come up with something totally different. I suppose it's a good job that I haven't bought too many models yet, because some stuff's going to get scrapped. I mean, the mortar just isn't pulling its weight. It's 120 points to do not very much.
I think it'd be good if you had a Law of Shadow Wizard and can lower their toughness and then use it.
I mean, but it's entirely situational. I mean, yeah, that's true, but I don't know.
You could just replace it with a cannon.
Yeah. I'm thinking probably next time around 2 cannons, 2 Hellblasters, and sort of see how that rolls. But yeah, it's just all about the learning, I suppose. So we shall have to see how next week's game goes, I think.
Yeah. Look forward to it.
Yes. So yeah, interesting game, good fun. Unlucky as usual, but oh well. It's the way of the world. It's been like that for 32 years of my life, so you know. I must admit, I do burn my luck up elsewhere in my life, so I suppose I can't complain too hard. We shall have to see what happens next time, and hopefully I should have some more models assembled. I shall have to stop sunbathing with this lovely weather that we're getting in England, and scratch off some mould lines. So yes, onwards to next week.